shout out to us. Episode 10. We've made it through 10 episodes, or I guess through 9, and about to make it through our 10th. So congrats to us.
Who would have thought?
Right.
Give ourselves a pat on the back.
Yeah, we got a couple new segments this week, hoops and one Hompf. So yeah, let's dive in. Here's a look at the records.
Look at that, man.
Week 12 in college football, we all had a winner for our lock. So another shout out to us.
I gotta get better.
Yeah, any thoughts here?
Yeah, I'm fucking good. That's my thought.
Sneeze, just imagine if you
both
pick'ems, you have so much money.
Yeah, no. I don't know anything going in, and then if you ask me 5 minutes after I make the picks, I couldn't tell you who I picked. So
yeah, he goes into Sunday like he has amnesia.
yeah, too busy betting on both teams to have a passing touchdown and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's never gonna hit.
Or avoid shitty player props.
That hit last on the hit. Like stop. I want Mike Evans fucking hit. So shut the fuck up.
Anytime I bet Boyd's player props, they've won. So, but I don't do it that often.
Wish I could say the same.
He's just a hater. I mean, he's gonna hate everything. So he's gotta live with that. I'm immune to it already, but it's still comical.
All right, study hall. This are the final numbers, by the way.
Oh.
You do not like that.
I mean, if you say like, hey, I'm 13 under, I got fucked at least 6 times. So if you give me 6 wins and take away 6 losses, I'm about even. So if I didn't get fucked, I'd be fine. So I'll stand on business.
Okay. The super
If
dog
wants to talk about my props.
Well, you need to throw some out there. You should have been doing it.
What?
You should have been throwing some out there.
He doesn't want his record track.
I guess so.
And I need to stop betting 11 a.m. games because I can't win those, but I win everything else.
You're exactly right there. I have the same problem.
You do not have the pulse of the 11 a.m.s.
11 a.m. slates fucking suck. I can't. It's impossible.
I thought about trying to dig through the history and finding like
I might do
teams that I bet on repeatedly and like what their numbers were, teams that I was like undefeated for or against or something, but didn't ever do it. So
you end up being like that. Who was it, Baylor? When that theory you had on them when they're like, oh, can they even drink there? They're be all tired and sleepy for their 11 a.m. game.
Yeah, I probably lost that.
Okay, well, Superdog
I think it was Utah.
No,
that was like week 2.
It was early on. I can't remember who they played, but I know we made some good money going against Cincinnati. We should have kept that going.
Just fade Cincinnati every week. Yeah. 2 minutes for cashing. Equally as bad, but you're looking good there on your sprinkle bet. So, but overall, still not good. We'll be better.
Yeah, you guys need to figure it out.
Well, hockey is maybe the hardest sport to bet, so
someone's got to do it.
Feel free to give out some picks there too if you'd like.
All right, I'll do my research.
Okay. All right, conference championship week locks. Let's go. Boyd. ACC title game. The lock.
Yeah, I feel like this is pretty easy here. Just an easy game. I don't bet. I think I've hopped on you guys' train. Maybe I think it's just the sneeze train about Louisville being fucking overrated because they are fucking overrated. I can't believe they lost to Kentucky last week. I was fucking pissed off. They've been fucking me. I feel like the whole year, and I still pick them for some reason. But Florida State I feel like they're loaded with NFL talent on that damn team, and they're still competing against good teams even without Jordan Travis. So this is a pretty easy game for me, and I think they should smack them by 8+. Go Noles.
So your lock is to bet them -7.5.
I won't be
That's
opposed to doing that.
use the running game. That's how they beat Florida. Because they
Yeah,
couldn't
just got to
pass
use the
worth a
running game.
damn.
The QB look a little shaky, but I mean, like I said, these dudes they have NFL talent everywhere, especially the top 10 receiver in Keon Coleman.
Well, he doesn't count because he wears 2 fucking mouth guards, so fuck him.
I saw that he does that against like to troll his opponent.
I don't give a fuck what it's for. Why are you wearing 2 mouth guards and they're both dangling from your fucking mouth and you're looking up and jumping to. I played football for one fucking year in 7th grade. And one thing I can tell you is if your mouth guard's not in your mouth, it jingles up and hits you in the fucking face mask back and forth. And
Well,
if you
and
have
you're getting a
fucking
flag.
2 of them that's long
They
and
just
you're
hit each
going
other
out
so
for a
it doesn't hit
pass
you.
and you got to look for the ball, the defender, and then you got 2 mouth guards hitting you in the face, you can't tell me that doesn't hurt you. So that's dumb as hell.
He's a demon. When you're a demon, you can do whatever you want, you know.
No.
Well, just watch for number 4 this weekend. He's gonna be scoring a lot of them.
I hope they win, because if they win, that almost would secure Texas not getting in the Final Four. So
yeah,
I'm hoping for them to win big time. So
yeah, and that's just another thing. Yeah, they need to get this game to get into college playoffs. So I think they're
Well,
gonna do that for their boy Travis.
So you think if they win, they're in?
I don't know how you can not
Yeah,
put
they're
in
undefeated.
a undefeated Power 5 team.
What if Alabama beats Georgia? Georgia's out.
Well,
Alabama.
I don't know if we want to get into all these scenarios right now, which I was gonna say maybe we should at some point, but we can do it whenever. I mean,
So what if Oregon beats Washington?
so the committee is gonna put in whoever wins that Pac-12 game. Now, do I agree with that? Maybe not, because as much as I hate Texas, I don't understand how Texas, if they win, has a worse resume than Oregon, because I don't think they do. But it seems like they're saying whoever wins the Pac is going to be in for sure. So Georgia's in for sure, Michigan's in for sure, the winner of the Pac's in for sure, and then Florida State, if they wins, in for sure. But I think the committee's going to put in Washington, Oregon, whoever wins, but I don't think that's the right answer. But I'm glad that they think that way, but I don't think it's right.
They just got to put the 4 best teams in. Screw if
Well,
if
and they keep
Put them
saying to put the 4 best teams in. That's what they say they're doing, but they act as if they're putting in the 4 most deserving teams.
Right.
Mhm.
But I would put in the 4 most deserving teams, because otherwise, why even play the games? Because the 4 best teams, you know those before the season starts.
Right.
Well, they're
So
gonna
I
go
think
off
you should
their-
play it should just be like March Madness, is you put the teams with the best resume, put the 4 best resumes in the field, not the 4 best teams, because the best team doesn't always win.
Yeah.
You're damn right, and that's why if they win this game, they deserve to be in the playoffs. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're undefeated.
I agree. They deserve to be in. Are they amongst the 4 best teams? I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
I think Georgia's better. Alabama's probably better. The 2 teams in the Pac are probably better. Texas is better. Michigan and Ohio State's
Michigan,
probably
Ohio
better.
State. Yeah.
Yeah. But if they are undefeated, they should go in.
Right. Yeah.
Am I looking at this wrong too? Aren't they 5? Did I not edit this?
I believe Oregon's 5.
No,
Washington's
they
5.
were 5, but then Ohio State lost, and so Ohio State's dropped behind them now.
I thought Ohio
So
State was 6 now.
Right, but they're behind them, but they were in front of them until last week.
Yeah. Washington's 5.
I see different rankings.
According to the
different
college
places I
football,
look, so.
the college football playoff has the 4 undefeated teams 1 through 4.
I thought Florida State was 4. Maybe I don't know, or 5.
They
Maybe
they are 4 in the college playoff poll.
checking.
He just told you.
But is he positive? Is he 100% positive?
Well, I'm gonna
believe
look
him.
to make sure. Yeah, it's Georgia, Michigan, Washington, Florida State.
Yeah.
And see the reason why I think that they're going to put in Oregon for sure if they won, because Oregon's 5 and Texas is 7. So Oregon's going to play Washington, who's 3, and Texas is playing Oklahoma State, who's 18. So if they both win, you're already 2 spots ahead of them. So how are you going to leap them by playing a worse team? That's why Corey kept saying, "Oh, like all we got to do is win and we're in." I'm like, dude, no. he's kept saying, "Oh, like they'll figure it out." I'm like, "No, you're not going to leap them from 2 spots behind by being a
Right.
worse team."
Especially they're beating the number 3 team.
there's no way.
Yeah.
And then he was coming after me like, I'm like, dude, I don't agree with the committee, but I'm just telling you what they're going to do because they're clearly telling you that by ranking Oregon 2 spots ahead of you right now.
Right. Right.
And
Okay.
I don't know if the people in Columbus are saying, but I think if somehow Iowa were to win and then Florida State lost, Texas lost, and Alabama got in, then I think Ohio State could still get in, but they need like everybody to lose.
I can't wait to have these debates next year about fucking Auburn and Mizzou.
Well, yeah, good thing they're getting
Whoever's
close to the
11
playoff
through
'cause
16.
it's saving
Yeah.
college football.
Yeah. Pretty soon it'll be field of 64.
Well, I feel like Oregon's a better team than Texas, anyways.
I could say that, but I don't think the resume is better. But I think
It's hard
that they
to-
probably are better. But
Any of these teams is hard to compare, even if they've only played one time. You don't know that team's better. Like, I think Alabama would beat Texas behind if they played right now.
I
But
agree.
You
They
know,
got
they-
the them early in the year before Milroe could figure it out.
right.
Yeah.
Anywho, that was a good chat.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. Connor, little Maction
Max?
title game.
Had to do action for the conference championship week. So yeah, a little same game parlay here, but got you a good payout. I just kind of wanted to pick this game. I went back and looked. These two teams played in October in Miami. I don't know if that's what the city's called or not, but Miami won the game 21-17 over Toledo. I know Boyd likes this pick going against the Rockets.
Tuck
Go
Felito.
Falcons. Yeah,
Tuck
exactly.
Felito.
I was going back through the game logs and these two teams play in quite a few low scoring games. So I thought move that to 45.5 to get under. And I don't see it being more than a 10-point game. So that's my thoughts.
All right. Cam, got a little twofer with the locks.
okay, yeah, I'm going for the twofer. As it says here, it's minus 120 on DK, but the same exact numbers here were plus 125 on ESPN bet. So if you're going for that, go for where the money's juicy. So,
Thanks, BK.
anyways, Alabama and Georgia. I just feel like looking at that game, Alabama just squeaked by Auburn, and they had like 20 points before that last play. Georgia last game against Georgia Tech, they won like 31-24. It just feels like a low scoring game. Georgia's gonna try to keep things simple, keep things on the ground. That's where Alabama's butter's bread as well. Bread is buttered, butter's bread, whatever I said. Running quarterback. I just feel like we're gonna be ticking. Not a whole lot of scoring in that game. Dominic Levitt's punk ass is gonna get locked down, and that game's going under in Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Moving to the American Conference, I'm going over in the Tulane SMU game. Okay, so SMU, going back the last couple games here, they had a game last week that went for a total of 73. The week before that, 72. The week before that, 66. Then 67, 79, 55. All those numbers well above 41. Tulane seems to play some lower scoring games than that. SMU lights up the scoreboard. So 47 or whatever was the regular line. I felt that was way too low. So give me the 6 points, and I feel like that's locked territory. Interestingly, the winner of this game might be in the New Year's Six Bowl. Hopefully not against Mizzou, not because I don't think we can beat them, but because it would be kind of lame playing one of these two little shit teams in a bowl game of that magnitude. So anyways, let's lock it in with this little tease. Again, use ESPN Bet for more money, and let's finish the college season on a strong note. But I'm sure we'll have some bowl picks coming up. But anyways.
Yeah, I figured we'd be doing some bowl stuff.
ESPN, but if you saw our records, they kind of speak for themselves. If you would like to sponsor, well, don't look at Study Hall, but if you would like to sponsor this segment, we'd be happy to have you.
Well, a betting company would probably want to sponsor betting advice that's bad.
That's true.
So
that's facts.
So look at Boyd's Locks.
Get the fuck out of here. Look at the damn Study Hall, you motherfucker.
Next season, dude, if we're still doing this next season, I'm telling you, I'm gonna tear it up. I'm going like 8-2 every damn week.
Just flip
I'm
that
done
record.
messing around.
Heard that before.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Last one, me. Big Ten title game, Iowa, Michigan. The lock is over 35.5. So you guys been throwing all this stuff about Study Hall. I was gonna ask a question. What's more common, Cameron losing a Study Hall pick or Iowa games having a low total?
Iowa games having a low total, but
they're
by
about
a small margin.
Yeah.
Very
Well, anyways,
small mark.
yeah, this is a low total. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's something Iowa has a lot lately. I mean, I guess they got a good defense. We'll give them that. But, I mean, this is so – Michigan may cover this by themselves. Like, Iowa doesn't even have to score. Michigan might score 38 points, and they'd cover it easy. Michigan has scored at least 30 points in every game this season besides once, which I think was against Penn State. I think it was like 24-15 or something. So Michigan's going to do their part in scoring. We just need Iowa to score like one touchdown. Like your 16th best team in the country, just score a touchdown. So yeah, take the over here.
Well, I saw that their
their
team total was like 6, but then on DK they offered over 0.5 points in the first half and the second half. I was going to bet on both of them to go over.
Yeah.
They'll get a field goal or a fumble, or they'll have something. Although the last time,
because I mean they're good on special teams.
Yeah, they had that.
So I don't know. I mean, although did you see their field goal kicker in that Nebraska game? They had 2 field goals blocked, and then the game-winning kick, they brought in a kicker who hadn't kicked the entire year, and he was kicking the game winner from like 34 yards, and it barely snuck over the field.
Yeah, I did see that.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Well, I think the last time these two played in the title game was, I think, 2 years ago. Is that right? Not last year, but the year before.
Yeah, I'm sure it's happened.
I think it was, but I think that was like 42-3 or something. So yeah, I mean, Iowa didn't score then, but Michigan scored enough. But I know those are completely 2 different teams from 2 years ago, from then till now. But still,
that Iowa Nebraska game, they had 2 field goals blocked, and then some guy dropped a wide open touchdown, and so I lost my Study Hall bet. So like that's the kind of shit that happens to me, but it's all right.
That's what happens, dude.
I remember once upon a time, I made a Iowa game over my lock, and it lost, and I got shit from Sneeze. And then he turned around the next week and put an Iowa over in his Study Hall, and it lost.
Well, yours was like 30 something. This one was like 24.
Yours was like 38 or something.
I did move it. No, it was 31. I moved it up from 28, but neither hit.
I mean, they're also probably playing like Rutgers, some team.
It was Northwestern. Yeah.
A game we couldn't bet.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But anyway, I'll be riding this with Teebs because why not?
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Well, it's the last game of the night too, and so maybe if your day's not going so well, you hop on this, you hammer it.
Well, listen, you're not going to watch it for the entertainment value. Let's be real.
It's going to be a horrible game.
What time's this game at?
I think 7.
I can't believe you said 35. Yeah, I'm definitely.
Then when it's 10-0 at halftime, you're gonna want to punch yourself in the balls.
That's exactly what he said when I made it last time.
All right, no way Michigan's got 10 points at halftime.
They might.
Well, we'll see, I guess.
Michigan's
I also was
good.
nervous about the over in the Oklahoma State, Kansas State game, or not Oklahoma State. Who'd they play? Kansas State versus
Iowa State.
Yeah,
Iowa State. I was nervous about that over after
snow.
I saw the friggin' blizzard, and that cashed in like.
I actually think that helped the scoring.
Defense couldn't stay on their feet. All right, let's move on to pick 'em. First game tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football. Seahawks at the Cowboys. Cowboys are -8.5. These two teams played last week, not against each other, but on Thanksgiving on Thursday, so full week of rest, I guess. I don't know. Seattle's kind of been on the decline lately. They started off hot, kind of struggling lately. I'm sure they played some good teams recently, but Dallas is looking hot. Dak's looking like a solid quarterback again. I don't know. 8.5 is kind of a lot though, but I'll probably ride with Dallas on this one. I feel like they're playing well right now. They're at home, so yeah, I'll ride with the boys.
Yeah, you brought it up. A rare Thursday night game where both teams have a full week of rest. So I think there's going to be some points in this game. Dallas scores points at home. Geno's another week healthy. They've had a tough couple weeks. They lost to the Rams and then had to play the 49ers on Thanksgiving. So I don't know if I don't think they're going to win. But I think they can probably hang in there with Dallas. 8.5 is a lot of points. So I'll take the Seahawks.
Yeah. Dallas. I think Dallas is gonna kill them. I mean, Dallas is really hot right now. The defense is going crazy. Just ask Sneeze. He's faced that defense twice this year, and they've went off each time. Geno struggles against good defenses like this. He just faced a good one last week, and he might be facing some say might even better one this week. So yeah, I'm gonna take the boys minus 8.5 for sure.
Yeah, this one's right in my wheelhouse. Number one, because there's a long history of a quarterback controversy in Seattle, and number two, the script that I've been talking about all year with the Cowboys, and this, like I said, is a time of year they're really getting built up as a powerhouse. Super Bowl contender, yada yada yada, and they just play like a freaking machine. They're at home, and rowdy crowd Thursday night, Micah Parsons and company. Blowout, Cowboys.
Take the over. It's only 47.5. I think there's a
47.
lot of 47.5. Yeah, I think there's a lot of points to be scored in this game.
I don't know. Can Seattle score?
Right.
Yeah, they got DK in them boys. Although I think Kenneth Walker's going to miss again.
I
Yeah,
bet
thought-
on DK
yeah,
to
sounds
score a
like this.
touchdown like every week, and he never fucking does.
He scored a couple weeks ago because he did the sign language. 44 is his son. Because the
I must
cornerback
not
is
bet
never.
on him that week.
Huh?
I did see that little highlight of his celebration, but I was not on that week, I guess.
Can you explain what that means?
So he always gets in trouble for trash talking with the refs. So he learned sign language so that he wouldn't get flagged for taunting the cornerback. So the cornerback guarding him was number 44, and he was trying to tell him that he's his daddy after he scored the touchdown. So he said, 44 is my son in sign language.
What an odd number for a cornerback.
Yeah, it was. Might have been a safety.
Anyways. Yeah, it could have. I don't know. They got all weird number rules, and they used to be like certain, like 80 through 89 was receivers, but now
Yeah,
they
the good old days.
3 and whatever else. Okay, next game, Denver at Houston. Houston is minus 3.5. Speaking of saying Dallas was hot, speaking of hot teams, Denver is
Kumbaya.
real hot. Russ.
Yeah, kumbaya. That was going to be my talking point. You stole my thunder.
I knew it would.
Texans didn't look great last week. I don't know. I guess that was a decent game against the Jags. They're still sitting right there on the playoff edge. So is Denver. There should be a decent game, I think, if Denver continues to play the way they have. But I'll take Texans 3.5. Yeah, I think they can cover that. Maybe even win by a touchdown with being at home. So I'll take Texans.
So Broncos are hot. It feels like they're always like 1 point missing covering because they're a good team, not a great team, because great teams cover. So I think that they'll probably win the game by a field goal, and Texans will cover. So give me the Texans.
Yeah, I'm going Texas in this matchup. It's time for Russ and the Broncos to come back to down to earth. I think they went on the whenever went like 1-6 or where the fuck. What's their record? Like 6-5 or something.
I think they're 5-5.
They're 6-5.
I think 6-5.
Yeah, when they're like 1-5, I remember Sean Payton saying they need to steal a little thunder from the Lions, like how they did last season when they turned up at the end of the season. But it's time for this Russ shit and this Cortland Sutton shit to fucking stop. CJ and the boys are about to
It ain't
beat them
stopping.
at home. No, it's fucking stopping. CJ and those boys are about to humble them in Houston this weekend, so I'm going Houston.
Well, Connor's a wise man, and he knows a team that's singing "Kumbaya" when he sees one, and the Broncos are singing
Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya.
after another thrilling victory over the Browns, and so they're going to march right into Houston, and they're going to keep singing. And they have the magic. They don't win pretty, but they've been winning. C.J. Stroud got a little bit slowed down by Jacksonville last week, although he did come through with our 2 touchdown passes. But
Any two for
I'm
300.
just saying well, they're behind, so that's how Deshaun Watson led the league in passing yards. When you're behind, you pass. So Broncos plus the 3.5. I could see the Texans winning, sure, but tight game. So I'm going with the dangerous Broncos.
Fade me, I dare you. Fade me. Bet it.
I might.
He's good at the pick. So
All right.
if you bet all your picks this week, you'll probably go over.
Yeah.
And I'll get
Yeah, it
weak.
would be bad omen.
Okay, next up, the Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans. The Colts are -0.5. So we've said it numerous times. We're a Colts podcast, so Colt up for the shoe. Titans stink. Colts they're a fun team to watch. Not just saying that because I'm a fan, but they're a fun team to watch. They score points. The defense isn't great, but sometimes steps up with good plays. So I'm going to go with the Colts. Like I said, Tennessee's bad. Colts are kind of hot right now. I also think that the Colts have a decent chance of winning out. Their schedule's not great as far as competition goes. So you can't win out if you don't win this one. So I'll take the Colts.
You said the defense isn't great, but the scoring defense is actually pretty damn good. They get turnovers, they score off turnovers. They have been getting sacks like crazy lately. I think they have at least 5 in the last few games. It's tough to go into Nashville and get a win. I think, true Colts fans can tell you that. Looking at Boyd, not at you up there, Teebs.
Well, I don't
So,
call myself one yet.
Okay, good. But I think just momentum's too much on the Colts side. It's not the same Titans. Vrabel's got a lot to deal with down there, with some rookies and some bad play on defense. So give me the Colts.
Real quick, let me jump in. You said it's tough to go into Tennessee to get a win. That's true. They're 4-0 at home this season.
Yeah, I mean, especially as an AFC South participant, it's tough to go in there to get a win.
They're 4-0 at home and 4-7 overall. So,
yeah, but I'll still take the Colts. They're hot.
Colts. I'll get into it more later.
Ooh.
Well, I've been betting on the Colts lately, and although it's been like pulling teeth, they've come through for me more times than not. But I'm taking the Titans in this game. Wow. You guys made the point. Home team. Last time they played, the Colts snuck it out in a squeaker. That was back in the Ryan Tannehill days. Now Will Levis is manning the coordinates there in Tennessee. King Henry's still alive and well. I'm probably gonna have to play or Kuwanu as tight end or whatever the fuck his name is. So he's gonna get a tud. And Gardner on the road. JT's out, right? And I don't think anyone's mentioned that. Boyd can probably tell us off the top of his head. But when's the last time the Colts swept the Titans in the season? Do you know?
It had to be
I don't know.
2018 with. I think it was 2018 with Luck. It
I
was
just figured it's
2018 with
probably
Luck.
been a while. So, anyways, for all those above reasons, I'm gonna ride with the Titans to win in a close game. So sorry, but gotta do it.
So you said it matters that JT's not playing, but Zach Moss can't fill in because he wasn't a top 5 running back.
I mean, he's gonna fill in, and he's gonna, he's probably gonna score, and he's probably gonna do well. But it seems like their little 1-2 punch has been pretty decent of late, and it's not gonna be there this week. So
Okay.
Gardner's gonna have to be good. Can't have so Gardner.
I mean, he's been so pretty much the whole season in their
That's
playoff
what I'm
team,
saying.
so.
Yeah, he needs to have a good performance. Vrabel will be ready.
Yeah, he just got to protect the football. Whenever he
Yeah.
just like does this little scramble and just like throws his head back and chucks it, and you're like, oh fuck,
Fucking
that's
scares
okay.
me. Like, just look at his feet every time he does it. His feet look like they're fucking panicking.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a Colts podcast.
Well, that's up for debate. Okay, next game, Cleveland at the Rams. Rams are -3.5. This game's kind of icky. Cleveland doesn't have a quarterback. The Rams having a quarterback who's a senior citizen nowadays. I think there's only 3 o'clock games, so we'll have it on one of the TVs. But if I was at home and I had just had the red zone on or just had to pick a game, that I would absolutely not watch this game. I don't care about any of it. It's horrible. That being said, I'll take. I don't know. You guys give me your input, and I'll give you a pick at the end.
Okay.
So on 3 o'clock we have to watch Carolina Buccaneers and this game,
What's the third one?
and the third one's Philly against the Niners, which is a good one. But
that's what
I
we'll
mean,
all
like
be watching.
the other two flanking the main screen.
Well, maybe we can put on one of my 2 minutes for cashing picks on Sunday.
Or maybe we can watch Mizzou versus Wichita State at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that's.
Maybe we could just watch all 3 of the games and not bitch.
Yeah,
I'm bringing
about
my TV, but anyways.
think about how we'll feel in April when we're like, oh fuck, there's no football on. I could be
Yeah,
watching
exactly.
the Browns
But
and the Rams
as soon
right
as
now.
we get football, everybody wants to bitch. Like, oh, we gotta watch this game. Well, when it's fucking April, we're gonna be watching fucking baseball, and that sucks.
Yeah, we're gonna be sitting there.
I mean, this game sucks.
There's some stars in it. Kyron's is a little exciting, but continue, Connor.
Yeah, Kyron's back. I think last week showed that the Browns defense can be so good, but they can't win games by themselves. And DTR's in concussion protocol, so we're probably seeing PJ Walker. It's been a revolving door all year. 3.5 though. I mean, this is one of those games like it may be a field goal fest. It's in LA, which Stafford's a little better. Give me the Rams.
I'm going to take the Rams too. You said Kyron's back. I kind of forgot about that. So, yeah, give me Rams.
Yeah, he looked good last week, I think.
Yeah, Kyron's a demon. He's a demon. He makes the offense explode. But what makes him explode even more is a fucking healthy Cooper Kupp. And I'm sure Sneeze can attest to that. He doesn't look 100%. What?
I haven't seen it in a month. He ain't exploding for shit. Maybe in his pants.
He's healthy.
He hadn't done shit for real.
He's gonna come back this week. He's not 100% healthy. You can tell, but
I'd say something's wrong with him.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't look 100% healthy at all. I think it was the first quarter last week where he was when he's on a cart or whatever. He re-aggravated his ankle or some shit. I don't know. But I mean, last week was the Kyle Williams show anyway, so maybe the Browns are usually good against the run, and maybe they would turn towards the Puka Hookah and Cooper Kupp show this week. And Myles Garrett's not 100% either. He has a fucked up shoulder, but he says he's gonna keep grinding and play the rest of the season. So, I mean, I'm gonna go Rams in this matchup. I think they're finding good ball.
Cooper Kupp's now played in 7 games. He has 1 touchdown and 5 out of those 7 games he failed to exceed 50 yards. Which no touchdowns and below 50 yards. Last time I checked in fantasy, is a dud. Anyways, so the key
Well,
point that we're
sounds
missing
trouble
in
to me,
this
huh?
game is last week the Browns played at Denver. This week they're playing at LA. So that begs the question of, man, did they fly all the way back to Cleveland or not? The
I
answer
should've
is no.
Oh,
They
Steve's
stayed and practiced at UCLA's facility thinking that it would help out their quarterback, Thompson Robinson, who, as we said, may or may not play. Anyways, the boys were out in LA. So, they had some good rest, some good team bonding. And
Good
I'm
weather.
taking the Browns plus 3.5.
I just gotta
Well, okay.
say, I don't think you can call a guy a dud when you draft him when he has a pulled hamstring. So sounds like it's on you.
Well, it wasn't known whenever I picked him.
Yes, it was.
I think
Yes,
it
it was.
Yeah, he was seeing doctors in Minnesota.
Yes, it
he was
It,
like,
it
he may
wasn't.
not
It
play.
wasn't known
That's
that
why
he was going
nobody
to be on
picked him.
IR and shit. It was day to day whenever I picked him.
He definitely was already in Minnesota with
Yeah.
doctors.
The first
Yeah.
fucking reports that came out said day to day.
Well,
He was
that
he was fucking hurt. That's why we all got weak.
Yeah, that's why he fell to 11 or whatever you were.
Why else would we get weak for you picking Cooper Kupp at 10? Even though I thought it was a pretty good. I mean, he's good.
I
He's
thought it
Cooper
was a good
Kupp,
pick
but
too. Yeah.
he was
Yeah,
fucking
it was a
hurt.
good pick. So suck my asshole.
Obviously, it wasn't a good pick. If it was any other receiver besides him and you just told us those under 50 yards and only 1 touchdown in the last 7, you'd drop him.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
You keep him just because of his name.
So yeah, and somebody just said that he's been exploding. He ain't been exploding shit.
I said they should explode.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Last week was the Kyron Williams game. On the ground he rushed for like 160. So I mean, they didn't need Cooper last weekend. Now they're gonna need him.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to run that much on the Browns. All right, next game. Yeah, here's that other 3:00 game. Niners at Eagles. Niners are on the road -2.5. Kind of surprising. Yeah, I mean, Eagles are the best team in the league, I think, record-wise. Although San Fran has looked really good on Thursday against Seahawks. Thursday night against Seahawks. I just don't understand how the Eagles are dogs at home, being the best team in the league. So I'm gonna go with the home dog here. Give me the Eagles.
I think obviously Eagles are playing well. They've had 2 huge wins. It's hard to not feel like they've kind of emptied the tank the last couple weeks, beating the Chiefs and then going into overtime with the Bills. I'm remembering that right, aren't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I think that kind of explains the line. It's in Philly. I mean, that's really just a tough call. I think I'll go with the 49ers. I think they're going to be bringing their A game against the number 1 team, and they kind of have to win it if they want that 1 seed. So, 49ers.
Yeah. I think the 49ers are the best team in football. Since acquiring Chase Young, that defense has been fucking going off, full of demons everywhere. Brock Purdy's back to being the Brock Purdy we know. And now, this is a rematch
all
of
of
the
us but
NFC
Teams.
Championship game.
He's
Now-
just had a quarterback.
Now the Niners have a quarterback now for this game. Last year Brock Purdy tore his UCL and the Eagles end up beating them in the NFC Championship. Now here we go. Now it's back to reality. The game we want to all see. Earlier in the offseason, Debo, he called James Bradbury trash, and I know they're going to be talking hella shit on the field this week, which is going to make this game even better. I can't wait to watch this damn game. But yeah, I'm going with the Niners. The Niners are just, that defense is just too good since they got Chase Young. So yeah, I'm going Niners.
Can we bet on an ejection to occur? Because, I mean, good shot.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, maybe on
it's
some
gonna be a lot of
off
shit talking
shore
out there for sure. because like they all been saying it all season. Oh, Eagles got lucky. You know, we have a
Yeah,
quarterback.
it's
and blah
just
blah blah.
it's one of those games. Like
Yeah,
someone's gonna get tossed.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm going Niners.
Yeah, well, speaking of getting lucky, I think the Eagles are pretty fortunate to have won the last two games. They kind of came back late fourth quarter in the last two. Like Connor said, the 49ers need this one for try to stay alive for the one seed. And Eagles, like I said, been skating by. I feel like it's going to run out a little bit for them. So the Niners it is.
See, I disagree. I think Eagles are gonna like want to get up for this game and play like, oh, we're the one seed, and Niners like, oh, all right, well we lost, that's fine, we'll just beat you in the playoffs. Like I feel like they're kind of one of those teams like, it don't matter, we'll just beat you when it counts.
Yeah, but it's hard to get up for 3 games in a row. And the 49ers can just play the tape of Nick Sirianni looking like an absolute child walking in from the Kansas City game.
Yeah.
And that's all they need to do. So, yeah.
And the Niners put a beat down on Dallas earlier this year. I don't expect a beat down this game, but I expect them to win for sure by at least 5+.
Okay. Yeah, that should be a good game.
I hope it is.
All right, Sunday Night Football. Chiefs -5.5 at the Green Bay Packers. Packers been playing well. Jordan Love looked real nice on Thanksgiving. Chiefs have.
Did you start him?
I did not know. I started Sam Howell at Dallas.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have mattered. You still beat me by enough.
Yeah.
But anyways, Chiefs kind of been skating by too. They blew that lead. I guess what was it, 17-10 or something at halftime against the Eagles. I don't know. They blew that lead. They don't score in the second half. Or at least I guess they did last week against the Raiders. But they have one half where it's just ugly. So I don't know. That might benefit Green Bay here, but it doesn't. No, Chiefs are going to win by 5.5. Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah. Speaking of Nick Sirianni coming off the field looking like a fool, that was the last glimpse we had of a Kansas City game in prime time. They're not going to forget that. It is Lambeau, so that gives you a little bit of hesitation, but Mahomes isn't going to throw more picks in the end zone.
Because it's cold, or
all the above. It's just Lambeau. It's a tough place to play.
No.
But Mahomes isn't going to throw picks in the end zone, and they're not going to turn the ball over. I think it was a pick in the end zone and a Travis Kelce fumble in the red zone when they played Philly. So I think this is a good bounce back for them in prime time. Packers win last week was fraudulent. They're not a good team, so
they ruined my Thanksgiving.
Go Chiefs.
Yeah, fucking. For as much, I don't know if all you guys do. I know Sneeze do. He always gives Jordan Love shit, but through the first 12 games, he actually has very similar stats as A-Rod did when he first started for the Packers. And look at him now. I don't think Jordan Love's that bad.
For the Packers?
What?
Alex Rodriguez played for the Packers?
Yeah.
Oh, you said A-Rod. I was confused.
When you're losing big in the fourth quarter in every game, your stats probably look decent as a quarterback because you just pass it all over the place.
Stop saying that. Like, no, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. Being trailing and having all these passing yards, blah blah, doesn't mean anything.
What about whenever he's facing the Saints and they're losing like 18-0, and he was like fucking 6 for 21 with 40 yards, and then he came alive in the fourth quarter because they're losing.
And won.
I'd like to see their records. Rodgers versus Love. This is their first year.
They each have like 20 tuds. Like Jordan Love's throwing has 11 picks. A-Rod has 10 picks. It's very similar. I don't think Jordan Love's bad, honestly. He looked great on Thanksgiving. If he looks like that all the time, then fuck. That's the top. That's easily a top 12 QB in my opinion. But it's time for Patty and those boys to wake up. They haven't been scoring like anything lately. As I think I saw in the second half, they don't. I can't remember the exact stat, but they don't score shit basically in the second half. But it's a primetime game, and usually Pat wakes up for those primetime games, and Kelce always having a camera on him. everywhere. He's a sexy man. But yeah, Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs in this matchup. Prime
Yeah,
time.
there's a
We can
reason
skip
why this
Cameron.
was unanimous. And when I saw this, I had to first pick my jaw up off the floor that it was less than a touchdown spread. The Packers are fucking horrible. Jordan Love is trash. The fact that Boyd just even mentioned him as a top 12 quarterback, he needs to get his fucking mouth washed out with soap. So,
You talking about just
more on this later,
overall
but I mean,
fantasy?
I don't know how this is. And it was 6.5. Now it's 5.5. I mean, come on, empty the bank on this one. Chiefs
Jordan Love is QB 10 right now.
in fantasy. Yeah, that's great. Because Sam Howell's good in fantasy too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
But
9.
he's real good. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
he is.
I mean,
Um,
fantasy
by the-
quarterbacks, yeah, they're good because their teams get down and they got to throw it.
By the way, Chiefs scored 17 points in the second half last week, so that narrative's
Well, I said
fine.
that. I said, well, I guess they scored well against the Raiders, but and then I said they have one half that's not good. Their first half was not good.
Yeah, maybe
It
it
was-
was that before the Raiders game, but I did see a stat that said they don't score shit in the second half.
it was their first quarter against the Raiders was bad. It was tied 14-14 and a half.
Yeah, and I was sweating 31 points or whatever it was.
Did we cash or did we cash?
Well, we did, but I was sweating it. So,
All
and
right,
they hadn't
well.
been having a good second half, so I was.
Hell, we cashed to minus 8.5.
Yeah. Drink some Gatorade for that sweat and you'll be good to go. Got some more money in your pocket.
Okay. Gatorade should sponsor us for half
Yeah,
of this.
Gatorade, bring back the berry rain.
Yeah, happier people talk
No,
to our
that's gross. Is that like the light purpley one?
That's what Hillsman used to
Yeah,
always have, and
like
it was
delicious.
fucking
Sounds
delicious.
gross.
That one's good. The dark purple's
Yeah,
good
it
as
is.
fuck too.
Gatorade rankings?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Next
every Gatorade's
episode?
good. I could not narrow it to 5.
Shut up.
Just throw out fruit punch and everything else is
I
phenomenal.
only drink like 2 Gatorades, so that I can't do it.
You do 2 of everything.
All right. Monday Night
That's fun.
Football. Bengals at Jags. Jags minus 8.5. Yeah, I feel like this line's about right. Bengals are just in shambles right now.
Sneeze face.
Was he sneezing?
No,
Well,
I
I've
think
been
he's mad.
sneezing,
He
but
has
I
to
can't
pick
believe
this
this is
game.
8.5. I mean, I guess Burrow's out, but
When you said 8.5, he was like,
Oh, I think that's this should be lower.
no, I mean, it just surprised me like seeing these two teams in 8.5. But I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense when you look at it. Like the
Yeah,
Bengals
yeah.
are kind of banged
Bengals
up. But anyways, go on.
Going. They're probably out of the playoff race. Jags. I don't know. It's not really like a home field advantage because nobody really cares. I feel like in Jacksonville, but
At least it's
Bengals
far.
got nothing going. Jags are a pretty good football team, so I'll take the Jags.
Yeah. Bengals somehow gave up 400 yards of offense last week, but only 16 points to the Steelers. I'm going to chalk that up to the Steelers offense just being
That offense is god.
not that great, not able to score. I think they'll give up another 400 yards here to Trevor Lawrence and them boys. ETN was injured, but I think he's going to be fine. If he misses, that's a little bit of an issue. But I'll take the Jags. Browning, I think like his average completion is like 4 yards. It's just like the most boring offense, which he's a backup, so whatever. He's no Gardner Minshew. So give me the Jags.
fuck the Jags.
You're gonna pick them though.
I'm not actually.
Ooh.
I'm going Bengals. Plus 8.5. I think they're still competitive without. I mean, yeah, Joey B. He's their life and savior. Highest paid quarterback. But you just gotta get the ball to number 1 and then solve all your problems. Just give the ball to number 1 and you'll be all right. Jaguars defense isn't like that to me. Jaguars defense poopy. Jaguars aren't gonna win by 9, in my opinion. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Well, I'm going with Jacksonville. Bengals. I don't feel like they're gonna have enough to hang with them in the end. I figure most of the game it could be a 6-7 point game. Jacksonville gets a late score to push it over the cover. So I'm going with Jacksonville. I surprising on Monday night. I don't know how many times they're on Monday night, but it seems pretty rare. But maybe the people in Jacksonville will show up for this one. They're 8-3 now, playing home game Monday night. If you're ever going to show up, this is the time. So let's do it.
Yeah. You mentioning, or go ahead if you're going to touch on this.
Well, he just brought up that I also don't remember the last time they were on Monday night. The last time they were in prime time was against the Saints, probably like week 5 or 6. And I think they won.
That was a
pretty
Thursday
handily.
night game, wasn't it?
That was Thursday night, yeah. I think they won.
Is it
pretty
8:30
handily.
a.m. not prime time?
No.
I think technically
Well-
it is.
Yeah, I mean, for certain betting,
How
it
about
is.
standalone?
But,
It's called
yeah,
standalone.
standalone.
games.
Standalone, yeah. What were we going to say, Teeps?
Okay, so Jags played Houston last week, right?
Yeah.
Both I guess Jags were 7-4, and the Texans were 6-4, correct?
That sounds right.
Maybe 7-3, 6-4. Sorry.
Yep.
So-
Yep.
If you were a Colts fan, would you prefer the Jags to win to go to 7-4 or 7-3, and the Texans go into 6-5, or would you have had the Texans win to have? Keep in mind the Colts have already won, so they're 6-5. So do you want the Texans to match them at 6-5, or both teams ahead of them be 7-4 and only be one game behind for the division lead? So do you want to be one game behind two teams, one game out, or behind tied with one team and not really have a shot at the division now?
I don't think the Colts have the tiebreaker against anybody, do they? In the division?
We played the Jags once and we beat them, so we'd have that.
Oh, I
But
thought
not-
they played them
Not
twice.
the
Texans.
Texans. Yeah, sorry, Texans. We lost both games of the Jags.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Titans.
So I think in that case, you want to be one game behind two teams.
Correct. That's the correct answer. Boyd was cheering for the Jags. I'm like, why wouldn't you want to be one game behind two teams with like 6 games, 7
I
games?
wasn't really
to play?
cheering for the Jags. I want the
Boyd would never.
Texans. I want the Texans to lose just because so we could be in a playoff. I just want to get in, Teeves. It'd be nice to win a division, but I just want to get in.
Well, if they had won, would we not still have been in?
I mean, yeah. No. Actually,
I guess we're
no, we wouldn't have.
no, I guess we'd be one game out of the wild card, but we'd still have 7 weeks to play. One game out of the wild card or one game out of the division.
I know, but it's just nice to see that IND in that damn 7th spot already, versus that in the hunt and shit like that. So, let's just get in there and just get in any way we can.
I guess. Yeah, I did see that the current matchup would be against the Chiefs.
Because it's not really. I mean, I don't look at any other AFC opponent like fuck. We gotta play them. Like if we had to, like we play like the Eagles or the Niners or Cowboys, I'm like fuck. We gotta play them. But like in the AFC, really this year, how it's been going, I'm like, I'm confident against any team, honestly. Because I mean, there's no oh my god, we gotta play them.
If you had the Chiefs this week, you'd be fucking shivering in your boots.
No, I wouldn't, because Pat Mahomes is 1-3 against the Colts, so I'm not worried about him at all.
Yeah,
The only
okay,
time he's
you're
beaten the
not
Colts was in the playoffs when it was snowy.
He
that
said
was
he's
a-
not worried
that was a
about.
question.
He said he's not worried about Pat Mahomes. Get the
I'm not.
fuck out of here.
I mean, yeah, he's good, but I'm not.
He's not worried.
I just sit
I'm
back
not
and let him
like,
go at this point.
He's not worried about Lamar because they won one game. Oh, you went there and you won one game. You're not worried.
Yeah,
you
and
wouldn't be
we
worried
should have
about
won 2 years ago Monday Night Football against Lamar.
All right.
We're not. I mean, I'm just they don't scare me.
I didn't mean for him to get going on this. I was just asking.
Yeah, don't get me going.
Hey, if you had Jacksonville on the schedule coming up, you'd be spooked as hell. So shut the fuck.
You're damn right.
Okay, let's move on before this gets any further. Week 13 locks. Kick it off with Boyd.
I forgot what I did.
Speaking of them Colts, so I guess we'll keep it going for a little bit.
I'll keep it running. Fucking Cameron.
You're such a fucking idiot. Man.
Motherfucker!
Just don't even say anything about this game. Just move on. We heard enough. We heard enough. Move
I
on.
think
Look
we've
at
covered
the
this.
horseshoe. But no, it's gonna be quick. I mean, I can't believe it's only -1. Honestly, I think you guys said. What did you guys say? The Titans were at home 4 or something.
4-0.
I thought they lost at home.
They're 4-0 in Tennessee, and they had a technical home game in London that they lost.
Oh. Well, these bums got fucking annihilated by Baker, and you saw what we did to Baker last week. Even though it's kind of close, but I mean, they scored what 6 points against the fucking Bucks, and what we put up like 27 with ease. Like Will Levis is fucking ass, and our defense is fucking going off as of late. And last time we had to go into Nashville, with a playoff spot was week 17 in 2018. Actually, when we were talking about that earlier with Andrew Luck going there and fucking smacking that ass and putting his record to 11-0 against the Titans. Andrew Luck has never lost against the Titans, just so you guys know.
Is
Never.
he playing?
I just had to mention that because I was talking about the playoffs game from a couple years back. But we got Zach Moss. The JT news hurt. We got Zach Moss going, and last time Zach Moss faced these boys, he rushed for 165. So this is pretty easy to me, and go for the shoe, baby. Go Colts.
Go Colts. Okay, Connor, Panthers at Bucks.
So sorry, I forgot what my pick was, so I gotta get back in that.
Yeah, there ain't no
frame.
reasoning behind this one, buddy. Keep thinking.
No, come on, sneeze, you're gonna be with me now. So Frank Reich got fired, so it's interim coach effect time. Now he's one of those where it wasn't his fault, but he was a fall guy. So the team is still bad. So that interim coach effect is not as strong, but the Bucks scored 20 points last week against Colts. Do I have that right? That's off the top of my.
Was it 20?
Bucks scored 20 points last week against Colts.
Yeah.
And Panthers scored 17. That's almost there already, and I think both these teams' defenses are not great. So their offenses aren't great, but interim coach effect plus a low total. Give me the over 37.5. Sneeze, come on, get on board with me a little bit. Interim coach effect. This is twice. This is twice now. I've picked the Panthers, and he's out.
But now Frank Reich's gone.
I guess they can win.
Confident.
How did the
I
Colts
guess they
do
can
last
win,
year
but if I'm
the first
watching
game
fucking
they played?
Bryce Young and Baker run around the field trying to get 38 points, man, I'm gonna be. Whew.
Boyd, what did the Colts do last year in the first game after Frank was canned?
Went crazy, baby.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
Against the Raiders,
Jeff
and JT
Saturday
came back to fucking action and went for like 120. But
Saturday
that was his
gets all
only
the
win.
Carolina's
need one.
ready to go.
Yeah, you only need one.
Yeah, Frank Reich's a terrible coach, so great guy, but you can't coach, babe. So,
That's
hey,
the
Channing,
one.
good call in this game, Channing, because after a Frank Reich, the next signing is they always boost it up.
Yeah, the Panthers GM is still a dum-dum, but
Yeah, that organization's dumb.
yeah.
Okay, Cameron, Chiefs at Packers.
Well, I alluded at this earlier. I guess the line's now 5.5, but it doesn't matter what it is.
Get you extra money.
Like I said, I was scrolling through NFL to try to find a lock, and then I saw this, and I just stopped scrolling. I'm like, well, here we go, right here. So, yeah, I mean,
You were scrolling through and you stopped at this, and then it's the Sunday night game, so you had one more game to look at.
I might start from the bottom, but
No, he's here.
anyways, I mean, this is easy.
Is it? You
No
done?
risk to it.
All right,
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, I'm going to do the Lions at the Saints, with the lock being Lions halftime, full time. Lions have struggled recently, and it's been to slow starts. They snuck out a win 2 weeks ago, I think, against the Bears. I think they had like
they came back.
9 points at halftime or something, not great. And then lost last week, obviously, to the Packers on Thanksgiving. But they're getting a couple extra days off with playing on Thursday and early on Thursday with that. So that's going to benefit them a little bit. Saints are a bad team. So, yeah, Lions are going to get those wrongs righted, and they're going to come out hot in the first half and keep pushing on through for the rest of the game. So, halftime, full time.
Yeah,
Love
I can't
it.
stand
Love
Derek Carr.
is
Derek
kind of
Carr
cool.
fucking blows.
Yeah, he's
Derek-
Derek Carr or Jordan Love?
Jordan Love.
to start a franchise or just for a season, or
Who you think's better?
well, that's what I'm saying, to like start a team with, or to just have on your team for one season, or what?
Say you were the Saints and you had to choose between Jordan Love or Derek Carr. Who are you going?
Jordan Love.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, Derek Carr fucking blows, man.
Which is
Jordan
so
Love's
weird
definitely
because
right.
he was pretty decent with Vegas.
He at least supported a number one wide receiver, which this year he has not. He is
Yeah, I just
absolutely
don't
tanked
get it.
a
Yeah,
lot.
he fucking forced, maybe because Devontae was his guy or whatever, but or even before
He
that
was
when he
the-
had
Well,
like
he
Michael
supported
Crabtree.
Crabtree. He
Yeah.
supported fucking. I think there's one other in between Crabtree.
Darren
and-
Waller.
Murray Cooper.
Yeah, Mark Cooper. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I
Derek
don't know
Carr,
what happened to him.
I can't stand him.
He must have hung out with AB too much, and he's a head case now.
I think it's Brandon Allen problem. He's been there too long. They need some fresh blood at coach.
Okay, we'll shift sports here. Do 2 minutes for cashing. First up, kind of changed up a little bit. We had, I usually do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but there's only 2 games on Friday, and both of them are horrible. One of them involves the Sharks, and the other one is a battle of last place teams in the East. So I'm not picking from those. So I'll do 2 from Saturday. First game, Blackhawks at the Jets, with the play being Winnipeg in regulation. The Hawks are miserable on the road. And they are in shambles currently, as the news just broke of Corey Perry getting released because they found out he was piping Bedard's mom. So
That's
Is
what
that
I was just
real?
about to ask. I saw the
it's all over Twitter, and that's the
yeah, I
rumor.
saw some
People are saying
scuttlebutt,
it's
and I
not.
was just trying to look at a few tweets and trying to put the story together. But yeah, that's what I caught as well.
The Blackhawks, I think, have released an official statement last night saying that was not true, but of course they're going to say that.
I feel like
I'm sure-
PMT started.
it's
that
probably true.
because they
What's that?
mentioned it. I feel like PMT started that rumor because they mentioned it, but they didn't make a big deal about it. So I think it was a joke. But maybe everyone took it seriously.
Maybe it was. I don't know. But yeah, that's what everybody's saying on Twitter.
That's funny.
It is funny.
She's a nice lady.
She's kind of a mommy too, so good for Corey. Okay, next game, the Rangers at the Predators, with the play being Rangers money line. Rangers are 9-2-1 on the road, and 15-4-2 overall. So looking like a pretty good hockey team so far. Nashville's decent at home. I want to say they're like 8-4 or something, but they're barely above 500 on the season. So really, they're not very good. So I'll take the better team here. So Rangers money line. And with Nashville being kind of good at home, this has a potential to be plus money. So look for that. Last one on Sunday, as at the Kings, with the play being over 6.5. Avs and Kings are both scoring at high rates this season. Avs are averaging 3.7 goals per game, and the Kings are averaging 4 goals per game. So over 7 there, over 7.5 there. They also played back in October, just one game in LA also, and that was 5-2 Avs, so covering the 6.5 there. So yeah, and then another little sprinkle play for you in this game. McKinnon to record a point. In his last 10 games against the Kings, he has scored at least 1 point in 9 of them. So he likes playing the Kings, I guess.
King me.
All right. Next hockey category, Fade the Sharks. Give you the update. I guess not so great of a month for November if you've been fading, which I don't think any of you are. I had two brutal losses. Well, I was 7-0. You can see the little 7-2 there in the bottom right. I was 7-0, up $700, and then I lost the Vancouver and the Washington game back to back there. So up 700 to boom, only up 165. So this isn't the best strategy, but we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it through.
Were you punching air after that Washington game? I know you were fucking heated after having two consecutive L's.
I just fed Carson a bottle and he just put him in the crib. So I was sitting in the chair just make sure he kind of fell asleep, went good. And so I had it on my phone watching it, and I think it was 2-1 or something at the time, and they pulled the goalie and were trying to score and they couldn't. And as soon as it over, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But I said it under my breath and kind of stirred in his crib. But he was all good. But yeah, I was pissed. But you can bet your bottom dollar I'm doing this Boston minus 500 tomorrow. So that Boston's the best team in the league, and the Sharks are literally still the worst team in the league. So I'm absolutely doing it.
You need another $900 month.
He's gonna fucking be watching that like hell.
Yeah.
It's on at 6 too, so I probably won't watch very much of it.
I'll put some on it as well. I don't know about 500.
No, please don't.
Maybe I was thinking maybe 100 to win 20, get a nice little $20, be able to use it for the weekend. What do you think, Teebs?
Go for it. I mean, I've been preaching. I got the whole segment here. That's the whole point of it.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. It might change by then, though. I don't know if it'll stay at 500 or not. All right. New segment now. It's Hoops with Channon.
Yeah.
So the next slide will kind of be laying out the different letters here. This is an acronym, by the way. So it'll say what the H stands for, and I don't know if you want to kind of just touch on what that means and whatnot. So
I'll give a little 2 cents.
All right. So with that, the H.
Yeah, it's college basketball season, folks, and one of the best times of the year. It's a little early. There's the data still coming in for these, but basically what we're working with is against the spread margin, which, some in the meeting are going to roll their eyes. Sneeze looking at you. But basically just looking at a team's performance, how much they're covering or not covering the spread. So, for example, Mizzou last night was 7-point dogs. They won by how many points? I forgot to look.
8 or 9, right?
8. Yeah, something
8
like
points. That. So that puts them at plus 15 for their against the spread margin. That's pretty good. So just tracking that over the season. Also looking at cover percentage and the last 5 against the spread, but mostly looking at that margin. So first one is hammer. It's my favorite play. It's usually going to involve a team with a really high against the spread margin versus a team with a really low against the spread margin. So that's what the hammer is. It's normally going to be 2 units on the hammer, but we'll always specify.
All right. First O.
Yeah,
right,
O is...
Get your hands.
O is overrated. Yeah, good work, boys. So overrated, you're going to be looking for a highly ranked team, usually going to be in the top 25, but they have a
Duke,
bad...
right now, getting ass beat by Arkansas, but continue.
I know, Duke is one of the other ones in this segment. I did make picks tonight, but they're not on this. Tonight's actually was the Tennessee Vols, because they suck. Good job, Tar Heels. But anyway, it's going to be a ranked team, usually in the top 25, but their against the spread margin is poor. Just like Tennessee, there's right now in the SEC, it's negative 0.2, which is not terrible, but UNC's was much better. So that was my overrated for this evening.
Okay. Olajuwon. Oh, opposite track. Okay.
Olajuwon.
By the way, real quick, while we have a intermediate break in the action, The Bruins are minus 450 on ESPN and minus 470 on DK. So even juicier.
Hey,
Maybe I'll do
this
it
is
on
just
a nice little payday.
there you go. Opposites tracked, same concept. I'm taking the matchup with the highest against the spread margin versus the lowest against the spread margin in the Power 5 and Big East. So that's my limitations for that one.
All right.
With P. Pippin. Oh, powerhouse.
He is powerhouse. Tonight that was Duke. So that's a highly ranked team with a good against the spread margin or a large gap with their opponent. So Duke has a pretty good margin at the moment, but it looks like they're going to lose to Arkansas. So that's
fuck them, man.
Not over yet.
I have no idea what the score is. Okay,
Seven.
last one.
And stay up late. We're just going to pick our favorite difference in margin in that late slate, usually 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock game. Sometimes you get a Hawaii game in there, so that's always fun. So, that's the template. It says two units and 0.5 units there. The hammer is usually going to be 2 units. 0.5 is just if the data is not as strong. So like tonight with North Carolina, we would have bet 0.5, but it'll be 1 unit unless otherwise specified for this segment.
Okay, with that, let's get into the picks for tomorrow, or I guess if you're listening to this tonight. The H.
Yeah, looking at Thursday's games, you got good program. They did well in the tourney last year in Florida Atlantic. We're going to actually go with Liberty, so they're undefeated so far this season, 6-0. Line's +7. Liberty has yet to not cover in a game this year, and Florida Atlanta's against the spread margin is pretty good, but Liberty's is very good. So, and kind of the point of these is like, it doesn't really matter where that line comes out. You're judging the book's ability to set the spread in the right spot. So, Liberty +7.
Okay. This is a 2 unit, yes?
Yeah, 2 units.
Okay. Overrated?
Yeah, Texas State against the Longhorns. I think it's shifted a little with tonight's games, but Texas is one of the worst margins in the Big 12. I believe it's 18.5. Yeah. So, Texas State's is pretty good. I believe they're in the Sun Belt. It's not spectacular. That's why it's only a 0.5 unit play. But go ahead and take Texas State +18.5.
Okay. Next, O.
Opposites tracked. We're going to take Butler in this one against the Red Raiders. So talking about the biggest gap, Butler's against the spread margin is 10.3, and Texas Tech is -2.2. So usually when you're looking at teams, it's like a 1 to 2 point gap. So that's 12 points. So that's a pretty good indicator for me. Now, again, it's early in the season. These teams have only played 5-6 games, but
do you have how do you is there like a website that has all this info that you're doing?
Yeah, I keep a spreadsheet, but I forget the name of the website, but we'll make sure we get it out there. It's like it's something.
If they want us to talk them up, then they need to pay us.
That's true, and I'm putting in the work on the spreadsheet. So yeah, we'll be in talks with their people.
Okay, next one. P Powerhouse.
Pippin.
Pimpin. Yeah.
Pine Bluff, baby.
Also, just before we get into this, I love their logo. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's like so ugly and
it is
it's
so
kinda
ugly.
good.
the fact that they got like the UAPB in there.
Yeah, that part's pretty sick.
Oh, I never
Yeah.
noticed that.
Yep.
That's a great logo.
Imagine that on a
Um,
black baseball hat. It'd be fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you ought to
sure.
get one, Boyd.
Yeah. I probably will.
So
Okay.
going with the Sooners here, despite the sexy logo. With Cincy's downright terrible performance last night, Oklahoma is now the leader in the Big 12 in against spread margin at 7.8, and I believe Pine Bluff is last in their conference that I can't recall at the moment.
They covered against Mizzou first game.
Yeah, I think that was their
Yep.
only cover.
Besides
If
Pittsburgh.
yeah, I think that was their only cover if I'm remembering correctly for Pine Bluff. So that is a big line. That's a hefty line, but we're gonna roll with the Sooners here, and hopefully they can make it happen.
Okay, last one here. We're staying up late with
Yeah, late slate. We're gonna roll with
UC Riverside. Oh,
yeah, that's right. I had to remember.
I thought you were thinking.
No,
of
it is UCLA. I had to remember who I was picking. Is that right, Teeps? I thought it was Riverside.
I'll check. Or you
It
can
is
just talk about
Riverside.
the game if you want.
No. That's the Riverside's the school for sure. Nope, it's UCLA. Sorry.
Yeah, it's UCLA.
So
don't question me. Bitch.
I shouldn't have. My fault. So the Bruins margin is not that great. But again, this is another case of the Riverside margin against the spread being pretty poor. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, they have yet to cover this year, which is like if it's a 0 covers in the last 5, it's kind of an automatic for me because it doesn't happen very often. So we'll roll with the Bruins early in the season. Hopefully they can take care of the cupcake.
They got a good
Yeah,
ass center
not every
named
school.
Bona. He's a demon.
Who's a demon?
It's like this big ass center on UCLA. His name's Bona. He's fucking good.
You know who else was a demon? Is that kid from Florida State with the 2 mouth guards?
He is. I wish I wish he was on the Colts. Keon Coleman is his name.
Do you think
Okay.
he'll be wearing red and white mouth guards for the game this weekend?
Oh yeah. Or at least a red one.
Well, he's got to have 2.
Yeah.
I think
Red
that
and
was
black, maybe.
I was looking at all his fucking games earlier in the year, and he only had one. Last week was the first time having 2 of them. But each against each opponent, it was always their color. Like when they faced Clemson, it was an orange one, and he just does it, I guess, just to talk shit or something. I don't know what the fuck he does that for.
You know what really is going to
does.
piss Cameron off is other people are going to see this now and they're going to start doing it. So next thing you know, this is going to be the new thing.
Yeah. It's just like the guy who puts his
Luther already does the dangled fucking mouth guard. He's done it the whole year and it's pissed me off.
Half of the NFL never would just let some mouth guard.
Yeah. Jalen Ramsey's the king of it because he talks shit the whole game.
Yeah, it should stump. So Luther better not. I mean, he should know better. Drink should fucking be like, come on, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
It's 2023. We don't have to put in our fucking mouth guards.
Okay, that's fine. Don't let them fucking dangle from your fucking face mask, let alone 2 of them. That's ludicrous.
Luther could wear 2 mouth guards and be trying to win the Heisman, and you'd be like, all 4 be like, oh yeah, those 2 mouth guards.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
He's gonna try to freaking fair catch a punt, and the fucking mouth guard's gonna be flying up in his fucking face, and he's gonna muff it.
Okay. Anyways, back to hoops. Anything else with this, Shannon?
No, only thing is, like I said, it's early in the year. The data will get stronger as we go. So, maybe a little bit of a rough start, but I'm excited to be talking about hoops.
I was thinking that a lot of these teams playing nobodies and some of the data is going to be skewed.
Yeah, the thinking is even if they're playing nobodies, it's how they're performing it against the spread, not just margin of victory.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
See, it's good with college hoops that their lines out. That's just NBA reports fucking suck.
Well, these came out like I was checking during dinner time. It was like
Couple hours
six,
ago, yeah.
6 o'clock maybe, and I don't know. They could have come out before that, but I noticed they were out at like 6 o'clock. So I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's
that's
dope.
a normal thing or not. But okay. Move on to a new segment. This is one Hompf. I'll wait for Cameron. I'll just edit this downtime in because he'll need to see the video.
You need your own theme music.
Is that somebody eating chips?
Where's that?
Like the brown thing? Like it
No,
looks
it's
like
No,
potato.
No, it's
It's a
just
potato.
this literally. I just copied the potato chip thing from the bag there in the center and just moved it to the side. Yeah.
Looks
And then,
like
and then you
something
flipped it
that
around
belongs
on the other side. You know what? Editing.
Yeah. Got a little mirror action.
Looks like something that belongs on Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold.
Yeah, it just looks like Hey Arnold font, you know?
I can see what he's like. He's talking about. It looks like a nose and a mouth because the
Yeah,
chip
it
is
just
like
looks like-
indented.
It just belongs in like Hey Arnold, like SpongeBob's those type of cartoons. It just looks like a cartoon font.
Found it on the internet. Could be. Maybe it is from them.
Hopefully
Okay.
it's not copyrighted.
Well, I take all the images from the internet. So, all right, let's get into the video. Enjoy.
Everyone knows the rules.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Teebs here. On episode 9, we power ranked our favorite salty snacks, and I had not had a couple of those salty snacks, so I'm here now to give a little taste test and do a review for us. So yeah, let's get into it. First chip we're going to be reviewing is the Doritos Spicy
We got the
Sweet,
big
sweet
bag.
Chili. So yeah, let's go. First chip here, you got to make sure to
That
get
looks
one
so
that
good.
matches the bag here. You don't want to get one of those folded over ones or nothing like that. So yeah, one Hompf. Everyone knows the rules. So let's do it. It's not bad. You get more of the spice than I do sweet.
It is a little
But
spicy.
it's not bad. Good going here. That's a good chip there too.
That is a good
Yeah,
chip.
those ones are good. They're good.
Hell
There's
yeah.
a lot of seasoning on these. Definitely more spicy than sweet, but you do get that sweet in there.
Yeah.
I did mention I'm not the biggest spice lover.
Look at his face. It is. He
From
looks like it's spicy.
I don't know that I would eat a ton of these in one sitting, but definitely something you
already
can
had
munch
like
on throughout the
9.
day. If you're at a party
Yeah,
or something, or a
if it's
tailgate
spicy
or
after
anything like that, you just grab a handful at a time.
After 5.
But I don't
Just
know
do a
that I'm
little
sitting down and having a
partaking.
whole bag. So yeah, it's a good chip, solid chip. Let's give it a. I don't know. Let me keep trying. They're kind of addicting. We'll give it a 7.3. It's a good chip. That's the review. Okie dokie. Next chip. We have the Ruffles, cheddar and
Tino.
sour
Can't
cream.
wait.
Yeah, let's just get into this one
Tino,
as well.
baby. Come on now.
First
Did you-
note,
did you
these are
smell
pretty
the bag when you
solid
opened it?
sized chips.
It's a pretty good
So yeah,
chip.
you gotta like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into it. One Hompf. Everyone knows the rules. Ooh, some flavor there. Definitely get that cheese, cheddar flavor.
I can't believe you went with
Pretty
the
good.
big bag on
They're
all these.
pretty good chips.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was
But that's good though. I
One
mean, I would
chip
love
and
a
I'm
big
already
bag
giving
of
it a
those.
pretty good.
Yeah.
He's hooked.
Look at those
Yeah,
big mamas
I
he's
like these.
pulling out of there.
It's a solid chip. Yeah, I do like the size of these
You don't
things
get
too.
those
It's
in
a
the small
big chip.
bags.
Hell no, there's no way.
Yeah, nothing to complain about here. The ruffle ridges too, as you can see here on the bag. Ruffles have ridges. It's It's a nice texture. This is a good solid chip. I'm gonna eat one more, and then I'm gonna give you a score. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are deserved ranking of number 1 and number 2. I think we had. So yeah, this is a good chip. I'm gonna give this an 8-9. That's the review.
All right.
Yeah, there it is.
That was
You didn't-
great.
I thought you said you never had white cheddar Cheez-Its.
No, I've had those.
Oh,
Yeah, those are good. It's not a chip though. It's a salty snack.
those were some good ass fucking sizes and bites right there.
Yeah, they were huge.
So are you gonna add that to your repertoire of 2 chips?
Yeah. Well, I still got like half of the bag. We already ate through all the Doritos, but I got like half the Ruffles still. So yeah, I mean, I don't know that we're buying party bags every time, but
Yeah, I'm shocked that you got
I'll
party
eat them,
size.
sure. Because
Yeah,
they're,
no,
like,
like
they're in those like
that
mixed
party
boxes,
size
aren't they?
Ruffles. That party size Ruffles was probably like freaking $6.
Yeah, I don't know. Caleb got them delivered with Walmart Plus, so
What did Mrs. Teebs think of each chip? Had she had them before?
yeah, I think she's had them both. She likes them both.
Yeah, because she's normal.
She
Yeah,
also
yeah,
she hates
exactly.
she hates that I say okie dokie.
That's how Sneeze
She
says before he
hates it.
goes and tells like his locks and shit. Like,
No,
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
That makes
yeah,
me want to go
that's,
get a bag tomorrow.
I know.
of what?
Both.
Be rude not to. Aren't those Ruffles in the like the variety box?
If you're lucky.
Yeah, they're in a lot
Yeah.
of them.
It's a lot of cheddar cheese like variety chips, and those are in it.
Yeah, I feel like Cam would always bring those to the pool, and he'd be always eating those, and I'd be like, no thanks, I'll grab.
I think it was Sneeze that said like he sees like a big ass one at Sam's Club where it's all that, and he wants Claire to get it, but she won't get it.
Yeah, it's not a variety pack. It's a box that has 50 mini bags of those inside. Yeah, 50 of the all cheddar sour cream.
I'm gonna get that for you for Christmas.
Yeah, well,
I was
I
gonna
mean
do
that's. Yeah, I mean that would
I
be
get
awesome.
100 mini bags.
Just imagine Sneeze has 50 bags. He have a bag every day for work.
Yeah,
that. He'd be so
for
happy.
2 months.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's-
are you gonna do a couple more next segment on that, or
I don't have any that I've never tried though.
Well, it doesn't have to be chips.
Yeah,
What
you
else
can try
am I
to
supposed to
the
try?
almond sweet and salty granola bar.
yeah?
No,
I will not try that.
not worth your time.
I'll give it a rating right now, 0.0.
You guys are fucking haters.
Denise, have you watched any new movies since we've last spoken?
I did watch Scary Movie, so I
What-
did do
what
one.
do you- Can we get a review?
Yeah, you didn't give me a good review on Sunday. You just said it was silly or whatever. Just tell
Yeah,
me.
it was the silliest damn movie I ever seen. I watched it on was it Sunday morning? I watched it in the morning. One of the I think it was Sunday morning. But like if you were amongst your boys and was drinking or whatever, I'm sure it would increase the comedy a little bit. But I was just by myself in a morning. And it was solid entertainment. I mean, some of the stuff that happened was just ridiculous, but that's what makes it like, that's what they're going for. So, yeah, it was, I guess, worth the time to watch it for, I think it's like, like an hour and 20 minutes or something. But, I know they have like all the sequels and stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to get into all that, but,
No,
you
you
don't
don't
need
need to
to.
do all that. You just gotta watch the first 2 and just cut it quits.
yeah.
So what's your
Teeb,
Rotten
so-
Tomatoes score?
Yeah.
I would say 6.1.
Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't fucking know what that shit is.
I think he means 61%.
Oh, okay. I think they say 6.1. That's
6.1
I
out
thought
of
you were
10.
saying like 6.1 out of 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
61%.
61%.
Teeb,
yeah.
did you
Rotten
watch?
Tomatoes is like the movie scores, and that'd be like 61 is,
decent.
I did watch The Departed, and I give that like an 8.5.
Yeah, it's
Keys,
good.
did you
I'll
watch The
try to
Truman
I'll
Show?
try to watch at least one each time. That way, I have a comment. But I guess we'll see.
No, I haven't watched any.
Oh, that's your homework. Is watch Truman Show. I mean, you'll be so happy that you spent that hour and 50 minutes doing that. It's a great film.
I mean, there's usually sports on, or I can go to bed, or something else. So maybe I'll get around to it.
All right.
We're
All right,
gonna watch
anything
Scary
else?
Movie 2 together, Sneeze, and get weak.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. TY for watching.
Peace.